Hello bookish besties and welcome back to my channel. Let's hang out and get cozy for another sit down video. Today I'm going to be going over 15 of my most anticipated releases for the rest of 2025. There's definitely some that I'm missing, but I went through like the Barnes & Noble website and I wrote down all of the new anticipated releases that I'm literally so excited for. I only included ones that I'm going to be able to read right away, so there's going to be a few that you're not going to see on this list that either haven't read the series or I am not there in the series yet, so that's why I didn't include some of those. So these are the ones that I'm literally running to the bookstore to pick up right away and reading. Now there's a mix of genres here because, as you know, I read a little bit of everything except for nonfiction. I don't do nonfiction often. We have a little bit of romance, a little bit of fantasy, and I think we have like one thriller-esque book on here, but mostly romance and fantasy, so I'm very excited. So grab a cozy bev and let's sit down and get right into my 15 most anticipated releases for 2025. So my list spans from literally as soon as April, which is in 2 weeks, all the way to, I think the latest one is like late October. So we have a long while to wait for some of these books, but I'm so excited for some of these. I think I'm going to try to go in order of starting from the soonest to the latest, but if I miss one, I'm sorry. I'll be putting the cover up on the screen for you guys, as well as the release date. Starting off with number 1, we have Say of Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. That comes out April 1st, which I said is in 2 weeks, so I'm very excited. I still have to read an Abby Jimenez book, but I already know I'm gonna love them just because the way people describe them. I am already gonna be obsessed. This one is between a vet and the FMC, and they have one really good date, but he does something wrong and then he admits it, and so she wants to completely forget about the date because she's having some really big family issues right now, and she wants to just forget about it because she can't be in a relationship. But I think they kind of rekindle, and it's almost like a second chance because he wants to be with her and they want to be together so badly that they're gonna do anything to make a love worth remembering, and that's just so sweet. I also love when the MMC is like a vet or something, someone that cares for animals, because I like to see that whole like vet practice / animal aspect. I think it's adorable, so I'm very excited for this one. Then we have Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, which comes out on April 22nd. It's 2 writers that are invited to compete for a chance to write this like really famous woman's memoir, and she's invited both of them to like come talk with her and have this 1-month trial period of like for her to pick between the 2 of them which one will write it. But then an unlikely like alliance / relationship comes between the 2 people and they fall in love, obviously, so I'm very excited. I hope it'll have like a little bit of a mysterious aspect to it too, because like nobody's seen this woman in like forever, so it's going to be interesting to see Emily Henry like write about a socialite. So I'm excited to see that. One that comes out between these 2 huge releases that I forgot to mention is Enchantra by Kaylie Smith. So this is the second part to Phantasma, which I did read and I really enjoyed. This one comes out on April 8th, so I'm very excited. This one is about the sister Genevieve, and one of her mom's friends invites her to Italy, and the son like slams the door in her face when she gets there. He doesn't want her there, but then she winds up staying with them, and they're like playing this like mysterious game where like it's hide and seek, but whoever doesn't win will get like stuck or lost in hell. So they're playing this game, and obviously there's going to be more love involved, so I'm very excited to see how this one kind of like matches up against Phantasma, because I really did like Phantasma, but I guess I'll see if I really liked Kaylie Smith's writing or if I just really liked the way she portrayed OCD rep in Phantasma. Then we have The Night and the Moth coming May 8th from Rachel Gillig. I still have to read One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns, but I will get to them. I'm so determined. I'm just gonna read you the little like blurb of this one. It's a gothic mist-cloaked tale of a prophetess who is forced beyond the safety of her cloister on an impossible quest to defeat the gods with the one knight whose future is beyond her sight. So obviously she can't see his future, and they go on to try to defeat the gods, and I love that it's going to be more gothic, and the cover to this one is just insanely gorgeous. I'm already obsessed with it. Then we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and that comes out on June 3rd. I'm literally ecstatic for this one. I've read Daisy Jones and the Six by her, as well as Carrie Soto is Back, and I loved both of them. Taylor Jenkins Reid makes you care about historical events that didn't even happen, and she just makes historical fiction so much fun. I don't know how she does it. Like, she almost makes it like gossipy and dramatic and thrilling. I love it. So this one is about a woman that wants to be one of the first women to go up in space in the 1980s, but then I think she falls in love and they go on a mission, and I think something happens during the space mission. I'm not sure, but I cannot wait, because not only does it have to do with like scientists and space and stuff, but it has to do with like love and romance and like things going wrong on like a space mission and stuff. So I feel like it's almost mixing like sci-fi, historical fiction, and just regular general literary fiction. So that's going to be so much fun. Then we have Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V. Schwab, and I'm so excited for this one. It sounds amazing, and from what I've heard of people that have gotten ARCs, they love it. It's definitely about like vampires, and I'm so excited to see the twist that V. Schwab puts on vampires and how she sees them. But it's just 3 different timelines, and it says, or 3 different time points. So it's 1532 in Santo Domingo de la Calzada, London in 1827, and Boston in 2019. It says 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high, and one grows deep, and one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. So I'm so excited. I think they're all maybe going to come back as vampires, but I also saw that they were lesbian toxic vampires, and I'm already sold with that. I'm so excited for this one. This is definitely like one of my most anticipated ones, besides one that I'm going to talk about coming up that's coming out in August, and that one I'm like through the roof about. Then we have Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, which comes out on June 17th, and I think this one is between a songwriter and a musician, and it looks like it's going to be like kind of like a Grumpy Sunshine vibe. And I think the magical realism in this is like everything else is going wrong in her life when she comes home, and like I don't know if her career is doing the best, but then she gets this like melody and voice in her head, and she thinks she's like making it up until she meets the man that like sounds like that in her head, and he's actually real. So I wonder if she's gonna think he's like a figment of her imagination that she like made up, because Ashley Poston always does like romances with like a little sprinkling of magical realism in there. So I'm excited to see how she does that. I don't think I've read anything by her yet, which is kind of crazy because I need to read The 7 Year Slip because everyone is obsessed with that, and I need to read Dead Romantics because that's like totally up my alley. Then we're moving on to July now, and we have Rose in Chains by Julie Soto. And I don't know if you guys know, but Julie Soto was a fanfic writer before she wrote anything else. The only thing I've read by her is Not Another Love Song, and I was obsessed with that. I love the way she writes her tension and her romance, and her characters are so like real and true, and I love them so much. And this one is, or was, I guess, her like Hermione fanfic that she had written, and now obviously it got it's getting traditionally published. So this, I think I didn't know if I said, comes out on July 8th. I'm very excited for this one. It's basically like if Voldemort won, and now Hermione's like captured in this castle and the hero's dead, and now she's like learning to navigate in this like world run by like the dark forces. She gets auctioned off to like who would be Draco in like the film, but his name is Tovin. And so she gets sold to him, and then she's like navigating this new world, and like she's lost, and like I think like he's gonna band together and help her like find her role and find her place in the world. So I'm very excited for that one. Then on the same day we have The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy by Brigitte Knightley. I think this might be another Hermione fanfic, I'm not sure, or the author at least writes Hermione fanfic. So this one again is between a healer and an assassin, and he needs healing, and then they go on this journey to like investigate something together. So then the relationship forms through that. It's supposed to be slow burn, and there's supposed to be very good banter. He falls first and harder. I'm so excited for this one. The cover is absolutely adorable. I'm really like so in love with it. I hope it's really good. I don't know, I've never heard of this author before, but I hope it's really good. I know I've heard people say they really like it. Then we have Katabasis coming out by R.F. Kuang on August 26th. This is the book I'm most excited for the literal entire year. I'm stoked. This is a mashup between Dante's Inferno and Susanna Clarke's Piranesi, which I haven't read yet, but my husband has, and he loved that one. So I think it's 2 graduate students go through like the circles or like levels of hell in order to get their professor's soul back. Like, she's done everything to like make her dream a reality, so she's working with this professor who's a magician, and so she needs to get his soul back, I think, like in order for her dreams to come true. So she goes with her like academic rival to do that. So I think it's gonna be an amazing book. I'm so excited for it. I actually forgot one in July. So on July 22nd, we have Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson, and you guys know my love for A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So this one is a young woman is trying to solve her own murder. On Halloween night, she's attacked by an unseen intruder, and she has a really bad head injury. And within a week, I think she's gonna have this like brain aneurysm that's going to kill her. So she's trying to like solve her own murder before that happens, I think. So this one I'm also so excited about. This one is We Love You Bunny by Mona Awad. This one comes out on September 23rd. I loved Bunny when I read it. It was literally the most mind-twisty, fever dreamish book I've ever read, but it was so amazing. So this one is like the sequel, but it's also a prequel. So our main character from Bunny, Sam, she just published her first novel, and I guess the bunnies are not happy with the way they're portrayed in that story, so I think they kidnap her, and then one by one we get their perspective on like what happened in Bunny. So I am thrilled for this one. I love like the weird girl lit like twisty horror factor of this. And it says we get to embark on a wickedly intoxicating journey into the heart of dark academia, a fairy tale slasher that explores the wonder and horror of creation itself. I love it so much. I'm so excited for this one, and the cover is so good. I cannot wait to get this one. I'm literally gonna have to go get it the second it comes out. Then we have Alchemized by SenLinYu, and this comes out on September 30th. Another Dramini one. I have yet to read a Dramini fanfic because I went to go read them, and like the moment I'm going to read them, they announced they're going to be traditionally published. So I'm not sure if I'm going to try to read Manacled, which is this one fanfic version. I don't know if I'm going to try to read Manacled before this comes out so I can compare like how different it is, but I do have Manacled on my Kindle, so I'm excited for this one. This one just says, it's a dark fantasy debut. A woman with missing memories fights to survive a war-torn world of necromancy and alchemy, and the man tasked with unearthing the deepest secrets of her past. And I know that when people talk about Manacled, it's so sad. So I'm not ready for this one. I don't know how long this one's going to be because I know Manacled is so long, but I'm very excited to see a lot of Dramini fanfics coming out because I love the world of Harry Potter, even though I do not support J.K. Rowling at all. But I'm excited to see like the way these are done. Then we have one by Stephanie Garber coming out on October 7th. It's Alchemy of Secrets. We don't even have a cover for this one yet. I'm so excited for this one because again, it's kind of like that like darker gothic like magic-y world. So this one is like, this girl is using her thesis as kind of like an investigation to prove that some of the most like infamous murders in Hollywood were done by the devil. So to show that like the devil and like magic exists and that it's in Hollywood and stuff like that. And then she has like these 2 men come after her that are willing to like stop her like no matter the cost. So I'm very excited to see again how like magic is portrayed in that, and then also excited to see how they tie all of that in, and if we get to like relive some of these moments, and like if it's actually stuff that happened in Hollywood or if it's just like a spin on it. So that one's super intriguing to me. I've only read Caraval by Stephanie Garber, but I know she's normally like that whimsical fairy tale, so I'm excited to see her go a little bit darker in this one. The last but certainly not least one is Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake, and that is going to be out on October 21st. This one sounds so interesting. We have like another weird girl lit unhinged fiction book kind of that's probably also gonna be a little bit of like a fantastical twist. There's like this most exclusive house, like sorority house at this university, and like everyone that's in it and all the alumni are living so well. Everything goes right for them. Their futures are perfect. We have 2 different sides of like this story of two new people going into this house. So we have Nina, which is the girl that's actually in college and she gets accepted into the sorority. We have Dr. Sloane Hartley, who her husband is like really high up in the university, very loved, and she just had a baby, so she's like struggling to come back into work. He's not very present, and she sees all these alumni have like the best lives, so she becomes like the academic liaison, I think, for that house. So we're seeing this professor's point of view, and we're seeing, I think, Nina's point of view as the student, and they both get like pulled deeper into this like sorority and society, and they both like crave this perfection. So they're seeing like the arcane ritualistic tendencies of the sorority, and they get like taken to like this dinner, and they get to see like what they need to do to have like these perfect lives like these other women. So I think it's gonna be like super dark, super unhinged, and I'm gonna love it. I always love a good book that feels like a fever dream. So I'm super excited to see where Olivia Blake goes with that, because we know she can get a little darker with some of her stories. So I'm so excited. But those are the 15 books that I'm so excited about that are releasing this year. There are a bunch more that I'm really excited about. Like, I plan to get through the Belladonna series hopefully this year, so Holly's coming out, and there are a few more sequels that are coming out to things, and probably more romance books I missed, but I'm very excited for all of these that are coming out. If you guys have any other new releases that you think I'd be excited about, that you are excited about, please leave them down in the comments. Let me know, because I will be snatching up all of these books. I'm already obsessed with all of these that are coming out. As always, thank you for watching. If you made it this far and you don't have a new release that you want to talk about, let's leave a little star emoji down in the comments just for fun. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for future content. Thank you for watching. Happy reading, and as always, love you. Bye.